Hey guys, so today I'm going to be sharing with you a quick recipe for easy freezer jam. This one is going to be peach freezer jam, and it's so easy anybody can do it. So let's get right in. Now, I love to wash my jars beforehand and run them in my dishwasher on the sanitize cycle, and then I just hand wash my lids and bands. Even if they're new, you should always wash your jars and lids thoroughly beforehand. Just to make sure that anything from the factory gets washed off of them, anything from storage gets washed off of them. Now, if you have a little basket like my little dish drying rack, you can always just lay a towel in the bottom of it just to help catch them if they want to fall through, just like this. Now let's go over some things that you're going to need. Of course, your fruit of choice, which would be peaches in this recipe, and you want to look for some very ripe peaches. I like to leave mine on the counter to let them ripen up. And this, first off, you're going to need your jars, and you want to make sure you get the straight edge jars. Glass jars, I like the quilted ones, freezer safe. They come just ready to go in the canning department of any store. And you need a large bowl or two, something, I'm just going to put my peels on this to dump them, a cutting board for cutting up your peaches, a knife, and I did have a spoon because sometimes I like to use it. You want a measuring cup, and then your little funnel for funneling your peaches into your jars. You need instant pectin for this. I like this Ball brand, it works very well. And some lemon juice when you're doing peaches, that is a must-have. And you also need sugar. I didn't have it over here. And then I got 2 of those because I have quite a large batch of jam to make. Now we get into the long part, which is peeling your peaches and pitting them. This process kind of takes a long time when you have a large batch like I do. I think I had overall 40 peaches. This was round 1 of several, but we had lots of freezer jam put in our freezer, and it will last us all year long. So I was very excited. So you just kind of want to get near the pit, but not too close, because the pit is actually poisonous. Or not poisonous, but I guess it's toxic. I don't know. But you want to, not get too far, too close to it. It's bitter at the closer you get to it as well, so it wouldn't taste very good if you got too much. So I'd try to get the least amount of red on my peaches as possible. And I'm not dicing them up in any particular way, because you're going to be running these through your food processor to get them mashed up for your jam to the right consistency. Now I went ahead and got an extra bowl out because I had so many, and I thought my immersion blender would be fine, which it would had I not been doing this completely by myself very late at night. So I did end up just putting them in my food processor. It grounds them up a little bit too much for me, but it works just the same, and I've done it both ways several different years. But the immersion blender, I just like some chunkier bits in it, and my Ninja is just a very powerful machine. Now for the recipe that I'm using, I'm doing 5 cups of peaches and 2 cups of sugar. This would be white granulated sugar, and there is going to be 3 tablespoons of lemon juice in this. Now you're going to want to stir this up, and then I always just cover mine, and you need to let it stand for about 10 minutes. So I just cover mine, do some cleaning and pick up, and then it will be time to add your pectin. So this will take I think it's 6 tablespoons of pectin, and I just like to shake it around and stir it while I'm doing it, and just make sure it gets really good and mixed in there. Now it's finally time to fill your jars. If you're using a canning funnel like this one, you will be allowed, it will allow your head space in there. If you just fill it to just at the bottom where the funnel starts in the jar, that will leave the perfect amount in your jars. And you want to make sure that you wipe up any messes around the rim, and then make sure that you get your lids and bands on there tightly. This is not one where you want it loose. Go ahead and make sure they're super tight. And then they're just going to rest and chill on the counter for about 30 to 45 minutes to set, to allow everything to set and get all yummy. And then you can just put them in your freezer. And now when you're ready to eat these, you just pull out a jar. You can run it under some water or leave it in your fridge for just a few hours and it will thaw out, and it is perfect, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it and want to see more.